Hi everyone, it's Shell from Scrap Secrets and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a craft and chat while we make this St. Patrick's Day card. This card was made for somebody in the From the Heart Facebook group. They had requested a St. Patrick's Day card and I thought that I would videotape it. I wanted to also do a little craft and chat because I have not made videos in a little while and I wanted to explain to you guys kind of what's been going on, what's coming up, and just, chat with you guys because I have missed making videos, but have finally found a little bit of time to create. So we're going to start off with a piece of white cardstock that measures 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And then we're going to be using this Lawn Fawn stencil. It is a 2-piece layering stencil, which I absolutely love. I'm going to be taking some evergreen bough and going over the stencil with the first layer and then lining it up to do the second layer with some wilderness, rustic wilderness. So you'll notice that I did put down the mask. This is from an MFT stencil set. It's a 2-pack stencil or 2-part stencil. It has the negative and the positive pieces. So I took out the circle and put that onto the middle of the card. And now I'm going around all of it and stenciling. So this will leave a nice clean circle in the middle. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about is, as you can see, my right ring finger is all bandaged up. So Friday night, Lucy was having some issues and we ended up going to the vet on Saturday morning. And they had to take her temperature 3 times because her temperature was low. The third time that they did it, I was actually scruffing her when they did it instead of having a vet tech, which they should have had one. And I was scruffing her with my left hand and she was squirming and I went to try to move her and very quickly I moved my right hand and apparently it went right in front of her face. She latched on to my finger because she was scared. I know it's not her fault. And I saw blood immediately. I saw the puncture wound on the left side of my finger. The vet tech got me stuff to clean it up. I put a Band-Aid on it. Saturday night, it felt like it was starting to swell up. I felt like the bandage was pretty tight. And by Sunday morning, my finger was about 3 times the size. I ended up going to urgent care, getting medicine. It turns out she hit me on both sides. So I have puncture wounds on both sides of my finger. And because of this, one of the sides got infected and my whole entire finger swelled up. So I'm on antibiotics right now. It is not wrapped anymore. It definitely has gone down significantly in size. It is a little bit swollen, but I'm doing okay. She's doing better, seems to be doing better. They gave her a strong course of antibiotics, 1 shot, thank goodness, which will last about 2 weeks. And then we just have to make sure that she's better after this. So praying for that because I am doing a lot of traveling over the next couple weeks. We'll be going to California, we'll be going to Punta Cana, and we'll be going to Orlando. So California for work, Punta Cana and Orlando for vacation. Oh, lots of things coming up and we'll be having lots of videos, but just, making sure that she was okay is my number 1 priority. So back to the card for a second. I went ahead and did both of the layers, and now I'm taking this I don't want to say leprechaun set, but she's dressed up in St. Patrick's Day garb. This is a stamp, like I said, from Kindred Stamps, and using some Lawn Fawn jet black ink to stamp her down. And then I'm also going to I went around the edges a little bit of the circle to kind of pull that all together. I thought it looked too stark white, so I went ahead and used some of that, I think it was evergreen bough, around the edges of it to kind of pull that green into the circle a little bit, but you can still see that very defined circle, and it actually almost gives it a 3D effect. Now we're going to be coloring in the image with Copic markers. I wanted to leave this all in because I wanted to do story time. Again, I'm not doing anything fancy. I am not a fancy colorist, just using a couple of different shades of green Copic markers. I'll be using some yellow or YR and E for her hair. And then some, I believe it's C markers for the black. I also use a gold gel pen for the buckle on her hat. So we were watching me color. Let's go back to story time. So I was telling you guys I'm traveling a lot. So I want to make sure that Lucy is feeling better before I go. I kind of have a piecemeal system for everybody to come over and watch her and the boys. If you guys don't know, I fostered 3 kittens a couple months after Fred passed away last year. I kept 2 of the 3. Unfortunately, I had to give the 3rd one back because I couldn't keep 4 cats. It was just too much with Lucy. And then Lucy had gone through a couple of things, but I really do think the kittens are keeping her young. They will be 1 next month already. And I got them when they were 3 weeks old. I got them in May. So that's so crazy that they've been here for almost a year already. They are still insane. They're loving when I open the windows because they jump into them. Oreo, if you saw my Instagram, Oreo looked like he was on the outside of the window. My neighbor was walking into her house and she texted me a picture of him. I said he was the neighborhood watch. He is just, he's a good boy. He's afraid of Lucy. She just has to look at him and he backs away. He runs sideways. Brownie, absolutely not afraid of her. He will bop her in the face. They kind of fight. He does not use his claws on her, which is one of the things that I was very worried about, was that they have front claws and Lucy doesn't. I know, don't come at me. It's super mean. I did it. Lucy's 20 years old, 20 and a half years old. We did it 20 years ago and I did not know. It's the first pet I've ever owned. So don't come at me for it. I know I feel guilty every single time that I see the boys bopping her, or, that, she doesn't have front claws. So understand. Know that it's not good to do anymore. Just a PSA. Okay. So the boys are doing good. I told you about travel. I told you about the the Lucy incident last weekend. So that's really what we've just been doing, is I've just been kind of hanging out with them. Work has been really crazy. I was actually in Orlando a couple weeks ago. We had a show down there. Ended up going and having dinner at Topolino's. I took 2 of the guys that I work with that were at the show with me to Topolino's, and then I made them go on the Skyliner. And unbeknownst to me, one of them has a severe fear of heights, and so he was freaking out the entire time. I had no idea. I kind of just drugged them along with me. But, he was a good sport and he did it, and then he was like, let's go back. So my other coworker got sick while he was there, and then I came home and I was sick. So it's just been crazy that, being in close spaces with people, which I'm not used to. There was a lot of sick people at the show. Apparently a lot of people came home with the C word. That was not what I experienced, but I think mine was more of a sinus infection than anything. So that's kind of what I experienced. So I was sick for probably a good almost 2 weeks, and, just took some time to recover from that. So that's kind of everything that's been going on. I know I haven't been posting videos lately and haven't really been, very active on here, and I apologize. But I do want to tell you something that Marie and I have coming up at the end of this month that I am super excited about. We are doing another collab, and what we decided to do, and I already made a video on this because I already picked my stuff. So I'll talk a little bit about that, but it is a mystery card. So very excited about that. In my next video, showing what I'll talk a little bit about that, but that is coming up. I believe the 29th was the date that we picked. I think it's that Friday. It's the Good Friday. We picked that date, I believe, to go ahead and post it. So very excited about that card. I'm hoping to do it this weekend. Today is Mila's birthday party. Her birthday was at the end of last month, but because of Nora's cheerleading schedule and other things that they have going on, today was the first weekend that there was free time to do her birthday party. So that's going to be at the little gym later on this afternoon. I have to go ahead and make her birthday card still. So I asked her on Monday when I took her to school what she wanted her birthday card to be, and she gave me a couple of things. So excited about that. I may videotape me may do a video on her card depending on what I end up doing for her card. So hopefully there will be another video coming. So really have a couple of things in the works. Marie and I are going to try to do one collab video every month because it's so much fun. She and I come up with different themes, and you know, we have a couple of other ideas. So it's almost like a mini hop, but just between the two of us, and because it's a little bit easier to manage. Now, I know that the 2 hops that I usually did per month, the Team Tiny and the Handmade Happiness, those hops are no longer going on. We pulled back from Team Tiny. Marie and I were in charge of that. We did pull back on that one. And then Handmade Happiness was also pulled back from. So there are not as many videos for that too. So I have to try to get some motivation, and these collabs with Marie are really helping. All right, so finally back to the card. I did end up cutting it down very slightly because there was a white spot at the top from where the stencil was, like the little top of the stencil where there's no cutouts on it. So I did cut it down very small. I believe it was like 1/8 of an inch on each side. I'm going to use my Spectrum Noir sparkle pen to add a little bit of sparkle to her outfit. And that is the card for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this and enjoyed story time. If there's anything that you want to see, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon in another video. Bye!